This week I have felt paralyzed. I didn't even know what song I was relating to up until about Thursday, and I heard this and I said, Jermaine has done it again. Because who told him? Who told him? It's crazy, and I feel like I sound like a broken record because I always say this and that. I'm so mesmerized by the experience of collective consciousness as a human being. And I feel like it's one of those things that was so desensitized to. And like we just live like in this like monotonous, mundane reality. This song, I feel the bodily reaction of how you would feel when you are close to a cliff. And when I first heard this song, generally I had already known the sample that he's using of the Erykah Badu song, and the first thing I thought was, I wonder how I'm going to differentiate the emotions and the weekly relation from Erykah Badu's song to J.Cole song, right? Too deep for the intro or something. Guys, mind you, I feel like I've said it before, I never know names of songs, by the way. Like I always have to check Spotify. And in feeling paralyzed, it's still been an emotion of feeling partially functional, because despite the fact that I've been paralyzed in so many times of like I will open my notes app to write and I would just be paused there, in that like I feel like my brain is, yeah, that's what like my mind currently is at. And it's like sometimes I'll feel like that, other times I'll get a word or two out, other times I'll get half a paragraph out, and then I'll get back to it and I'll be like, what was I even on when I was writing this? And I'll take out the whole thing and then I'll write again. Guys, I haven't been able to complete a blog not an article, a blog. Like, can you imagine? Like, you don't even have to do much for a blog, and I've been struggling with that. And I guess the part of me that's comfortable, the half of me that's comfortable, is just the half of me that's like in the mundane reality. And I feel like that's the half that's holding me back. That's the half that's paralyzing me. That's the biggest weight that I'm carrying, you know? Because I feel like I'm always talking about picking up the weight, but before you do that, you have to let go of some. And the biggest one that I'm carrying currently is that comfortability and that familiarity of the last stage that I was at. And I think I just need to let go of that. I need to fully get close to the cliff and allow myself to daringly get close to the cliff. Wake up, go to the gym, go to the salon, get money, come back, and I'm comfortable with that. But then it's like I'm also at such like crossroads with making capital to sustain myself and live, but also creating time to create. And it's such a struggle as an aspiring somebody. I don't even want to say artist or this or that, just as an aspiring somebody, to just have time for both, you know? Because you don't just check out from reality because you see reality. You have to still be a part of the game to exit the game. And that's the jarring part. You know, you would hope that you wake up and, okay, bye guys. But like, it's like, no, you wake up and now you have to find the exit. But then that's where these ladders come in, because people that have woken up before have so kindly dropped ladders and pointers and maps of how to find their exit, and how they felt when they were finding the exit, and how hard it is to find the exit. And this is my map. And I'm so excited because another thing of me like making these videos, let me just say it now, let me just put this into the universe, right? Because me and the universe already know it. Let's put this onto the internet. These videos start here but do not end here. conversations will be had. Me and Jermaine will be sitting down to talk about this, right? And all the other songs and all the other artists. And write that down. Write that down. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. We will be talking about these ladders. We will be talking about it. And I really hope it doesn't give we finish each other's sandwiches, because imagine I'm like, oh yeah, like this is how I relate to this, and like this is how I'm feeling, and then he's like, not quite. Please find me the nearest bridge. And one thing that I've had to realize and really sit with as I'm like embarking further and further on this journey is that you really don't have to disclose your journey to anybody. Nobody has to know the directions. They can see the destination. They can all be invited to the celebratory whatever for arriving at the destination, but genuinely they don't have to come with you. And one thing that I had to grow out of very quickly is the need for a companion on this journey. I feel like when I started embarking on it, I just needed a witness. I needed a guarantor. I needed somebody to cheer me on of, I see what you're doing. You are going to be great. Keep going. And the more that I've further embarked on it, the more that I've become that person for myself. And I've realized that people are so quick to try and drag you down to reality. I think one of the things that we need to unlearn as human beings is projection. And I think it genuinely shoots us in the foot subconsciously, unknowingly, at every single aspect. And one of the biggest parts is in dreams, you know? I think other people don't achieve their dreams, or they feel, you know, like just like their dreams are unattainable, or just like, you know, that whole reality word, and they feel the need to project that onto you. And I just feel like the more that I've actually gotten here, the more that I'm realizing I can just dream. I don't have to show you guys or tell you guys. You will see it when it happens, but I can just dream, and I'm just dreaming. I don't need a witness. I don't need people to tell me that I can do it. I haven't cried on YouTube in a while. I was thinking about that the other day. The reason why I'm getting emotional is because I've always needed that. You see, when you see this finger, quick ad break. It took a while for me to finally get here, for me to be saying that I don't need a witness anymore. You know? I don't need a witness anymore. And I'm so proud of me. I'm genuinely so proud of me, because that was one of the biggest things I had to overcome, even whilst I was like sitting with my trauma. A lot of it I just didn't want to come to terms with, because a lot of people just wouldn't validate it or just wouldn't acknowledge it. So to me, lack of acknowledgement was lack of existence, you know? Like if you didn't see it happen, then it must not have happened. I must have imagined it, or I must be wrong, or I must not be like, you know, it must not be as great as an idea as I think it is. And I'm finally at the point that it's like, your validation means nothing to me. Your acknowledgement means nothing to me. And I'm PMSing. And I feel like that's why I'm so comfortable as well with being able to post videos and not have that instant gratification of viral views, 1,000 views, million views, because I'm fine. Like your validation means nothing to me. Like, you know, the algorithm's validation means nothing to me, because I know who I am. I know who I will be. The world might not know it yet, but I know. And I'm excited. The thought of it makes me excited, but the thought of it also makes me very scared, which is why I'm paralyzed. And I hope that this week coming now, I will be unfrozen. And I wonder where I'll be. I wonder where I'll be this next week. I hope to just work through the fear and through the pause. I think it's just so overwhelming, but I don't even feel overwhelmed. I just feel frozen. I just feel just frozen. Like there's no better articulation than that. Like I just feel like paused. But I'm not scared to take the weight. I'm not scared to take the weight, and to dare to dream is to dare to take the weight, you know, trusting that my heart will take me there and I will be guided and I will remain in alignment. As long as I trust and I listen to my intuition, everything will work out. I'm still very much figuring out exactly where I'm gonna be and who I am and like all of these things. Pardon me. Like one specific thing that I mentioned in one of my previous videos is how I'm finally realizing that a conscious choice and like effort and like decisions need to be made pertaining my physical identity as who I will be. And like today I did my makeup and I was like, hold on, don't we love a dark lip? A dark matte lip. Stamped. Signature. Dark matte lips, period. When you think dark matte lip, you think damn. I know that's right. I can see my future. I'm still deciding on everything else. I think editing is another thing that I very much will be taking as a weight on my back. And I think that's another reason why I was so paralyzed, because I've uncovered a new puzzle. And in my head, and I think I've said this before in my old videos, I thought I was done uncovering puzzles. I thought this was just the point that I put the puzzles together and I take the weight on my back and I just find, the best methods of positioning each weight. But now you're telling me that bags are still arriving. You're telling me that puzzles are still to be found. Don't you think it's enough? No. All right. You can't complain that there's a lot on your plate when you're asked for a lot to eat or something like that. Fairs. Actually fairs, because like I really dared to dream. Like when I say dare to dream, like dare. And I dared, and it's flogging. It's flogging, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting flogged. I'm getting flogged, but guess what? Never give up, never what? Just like the groundworks and just figuring everything out. And like this is why, again, like I will never care for the lack of interaction at this point of my journey, because it's like I'm not ready. Like I'm just like genuinely, this is like at the part that like you have the play but then you're still setting up like the set, right? That's where I'm at. So then imagine like the audience starts arriving when you're like still figuring out how the light works and how like like where the costumes are and all of these things. And it's like I'm most definitely not ready. And at the point that I'm like and that's not to say that the audience won't start arriving at the point that like the lights have been figured out and the set is like partially ready, or like not even partially ready. Like people will start arriving, and there's no problem with that. People have started arriving. I will never discredit how far I've come already. Like I go out and I get recognized and I'm like, hello. Can't even go to Tesco. I can go to Tesco. Unfortunately, my mom is still sending me to go and buy Leica.
Mommy, I'm famous now. Are you trying to send me shop to go and get Leica?
Bombastic side eye.
But yeah, guys, I believe that is it for me for now. This is me. I am Deem, and keep what? Daring to dream. I will see you guys next week.